Hi gang, I'm just gonna nerd out for a second. We're gonna do a deep dive into the technology that I have learned to love. Variable capacity equipment. It's pretty cool. I like it a lot. I have a variable capacity system on my house. And so we get tons of questions about variable capacity systems. Are they worth it? Are they worth the extra money to spend on it? Anyways, I'm gonna give you my take and I'm just gonna be straightforward. This is gonna be a biased video. I like it a lot. So I wanna talk about why I'm a big fan of variable capacity systems. And probably my favorite aspect of it is controlling humidity level a lot better. So compared to a single stage system, the way the variable capacity system works, if you guys remember the video that I did where you have single stage, two stage, and variable capacity, your variable capacity systems are designed to run longer, but they use less electricity to run and operate. Also too, a lot of that plays into a role like, how hot is it outside? So if it's 80 degrees and rainy, you don't need that thing to be running at 100%. And so that variable capacity system will actually stay on that lower percentage and jump up as needed or as designed by that system. And so an inverter system, a capacity system will jump from 30% capacity to 100. And a lot of times they'll do that within like a 0.1% increment. And so it's like having 700 stages of cooling capacity on a system. And so whenever that system is running at that lower stage, it's quieter. So less noise within the room. You're not having to turn your TV up nearly as loud. You can hear your wife talk. You can hear your kids talk. And so a quieter household, you're not getting that kind of that white noise. I like that a lot. So variable capacity systems, yes, they help with humidity. They also help with the noise level as well. But the humidity, specifically in Oklahoma, we've experienced a really, really high humid summer. And the variable capacity system, though it's been like 80% humidity here in Oklahoma, the system on my house, which is a variable capacity system, has maintained about a 45% humidity level in the home. And you want to stay anywhere 40 to 50. It'll fluctuate as it rains. The variable capacity system does a great job removing humidity from the house because it runs a little bit longer. That coil will stay cold enough, long enough, as air is passing through it, that your evaporator coil inside your house is going to sweat. That condensation, that sweat that's going to be on the coil is going to go out your condensation drain line, and you're effectively removing humidity from your house via your air conditioning system. Now, a single stage system does not do that good of a job. It requires that single stage system be sized appropriately for that home, because if the single stage system, let's say the system's oversized, then that unit's going to turn on and turn off really quickly. And so that evaporator coil on the inside of the house is not going to stay cold enough, long enough. You're not going to have enough air that goes past that coil for it to remove enough humidity from the house for it to be kind of the ideal humid level in the home. And so you're going to have higher humidity inside the house. And so a variable capacity system does a great job at removing humidity from the home, and the likelihood of it being oversized kind of goes away because of its ability to ramp up or down depending on demand. And so, because a lot of times you can make that system run and have a humidity set point that you would like for that system to reach. And so it can be fancy in that way. Other aspects of a variable capacity system that I like a lot is it's really quiet outside. So if you like spending time outside, if that unit sits right by your porch, you're trying to grill, you're hanging out with friends, you're having a picnic, whatever. The least favorite part about any picnic is hearing that air conditioner turn on really loud. It ruins the vibe. Not fun experience for anybody at the picnic table, and especially if you're using the condenser as a table, it blows your plates away. I'd really recommend not doing that. The variable capacity system is quiet.
Getting an estimate to replace an HVAC system or a water heater has always been an overcomplicated process. That's why we made it easy. If you go to estimate.yarbroughsons.com or yarbroughsons.com and click the little instant estimate button at the top there, you can get an estimate as to what it would cost to replace your home's most expensive appliances, your HVAC system, and your water heater in less than 5 minutes with just your name, number, email, and your address. So if you want an instant estimate, go to yarbroughsons.com and we'll get you taken care of. Back to the video.
The operation decibel range for human conversation is about 65 to 75 decibels. A variable capacity system will operate on its lower stage 50 to 55 decibels, and that is a huge difference. So we're able to have a conversation and the air conditioner's running and it's not interrupting us talk, which is great. Another aspect of variable capacity systems that I like a lot is most often they are paired with a variable speed blower motor. Now you can have a variable speed blower motor installed on single stage equipment too. However, they are a perfect pair when put together, because your variable speed blower will also ramp up or down depending on capacity as well. And so you're able to have better filtration in the home. It will help with humidity inside the house. You'll have better airflow throughout the house. Consistent temperatures is a big thing too. So if you have a single stage system and it's not sized appropriately, that system can overcool areas. And then for areas that struggle to keep up, I kind of think of it like a lap. Like your comfort level, you're running a lap, and room A gets a lot of air conditioning. Room B does not get a lot of air conditioning. So as the day progresses, so here's 8 a.m. As the day progresses, you're lagging behind in that one room, but room A is like killing it. They're doing great. And then whenever that system shuts off because you've satisfied the temperature, now instead of starting at equal points, you're now starting 1 degree behind, which is not good. And then whenever it starts again, it becomes an exponential problem as the day progresses. And so a variable capacity system does a really good job at keeping those comfort levels in the house a lot more consistent, as opposed to having the massive temperature swings. So if you're watching this video, you're most likely maybe a consumer, someone who needs to purchase a new HVAC system, and you're curious, variable capacity equipment, what that technology can do for you in your house, what are the pros and cons. And so pros would be the laundry list of things that I really like about it. So better humidity control, better comfort in the house, better filtration, can help with indoor air quality, it's quieter, we can keep going. However, there are some cons with it too that need to be highly considered. So cons would be the technology, really cool, also harder to install. And so you want to make sure that you partner with a company that is trained in how to install that equipment. What size of equipment do you need for your house? And so doing proper, calculations for the home, and making sure that that system is designed appropriately for the house. Some other things you need to be well aware of is make sure that ductwork is designed appropriately for that system. Systems back in the day, they did not really care about static pressure. Systems today care a lot about static pressure. So they work really, really hard to get the efficiency levels that the EPA requires of it. However, because they can push a lot of air, it can cause higher strain on those components. So you want to make sure that your ductwork is adequately sized for that variable capacity system. Some other cons, they use a lot more boards, and so like control boards, stuff like that. And so you want to make sure that you partner with a company that has quick access should you have to provide any kind of warranty work. You want to make sure that you're partnering with a company that has consistency within their business, because it results in, one, their installers consistently install that equipment. Our team is consistently aware of what that system can do, what common problems may exist with that system. So diagnosing that equipment becomes a big thing too, and just how to maintain it too, like how to do maintenance on that system as well. And so those are some cons to consider, is making sure that you're partnering with a company that is well prepared to install that equipment and understands all the technical facets of that fancy technology. Regardless of the brand of equipment, because for the most part, the technology, whether you're going with Linux, Trane, American Standard, kind of the top name brands of equipment, the technology is very similar. There's not huge comfort trade secrets in how to cool a house. And so variable capacity systems have been out for a while. And so most top name brands have a variable capacity equipment. And at the end of the day, you want to partner with a company that, regardless of what they install, they're going to stand behind that installation. And 80% of the life is dependent on the install. And so you want to make sure that you partner with a company that stands behind their work regardless of what's installed. All right, guys, we covered a lot of stuff when it has to do with variable capacity equipment and is it worth it? They don't just save you money, but they save your comfort too inside the house. And so if you are in the Oklahoma City metro area and you're looking for a company that will provide you with 5-star service, love to be your team. Have a great day. Yarbrough and Son.